All right, so after all my ranting and raving today about trying to get away from the States so I can have a nice, calm, peaceful life with a wife that I actually want, the first book I pick up that looks nice, Spirit of the Sea, here in the Indigenous section of the library, is a book about something very similar. Let's have a look. It contains some lessons for the government that they could stand to learn. Let's read it again. Long ago, when animals were able to speak with humans, there lived a beautiful young woman called Arnak. She had lovely brown eyes, smooth tanned skin, and long, shiny black hair. She always wore the most beautiful kamik and parkas, and she lived happily with her Atata, traveling across the land. Atata spoiled Arnak because her Anana had died when she was very young. When she grew up, hunters came from afar to woo her, but her stubborn heart could not be moved, and she scorned them all and sent them away. She refused to marry and be enslaved to a life of hard work. When spring arrived and the sea ice broke up, Arnak and her father moved their camp to the shore. There they lived a peaceful and solitary life. One day another man arrived. He sang an enchanted song that pierced her stubborn heart and promised her many things, and she could not resist such wooing. They reached his land, but it was not what was promised. She wasn't happy, it smelled, and there were no rich things. She regretted her decision. Foolishly, she had scorned many young human hunters. Mother, if you knew how miserable I was, you would come and get me. You would take me away in your boat. The Fulmars stare at me with mean eyes and scream loudly. They scare me. Although they bring me food, it is always the same stinky fish. Come and take me away from this wretched place. I need to go home. A whole year passed. She felt a strange need to go on in her new home. When spring arrived and the vast sea ice was finally opened up, Atata traveled to visit his only child. When he arrived, Arnak greeted him with such warmth, although she was very distraught. She told him everything and begged him to take her away. Outraged, he wasted no time. When the shaman heard that Arnak had left him, he flew with great speed and caught up to her boat. Give me back my wife. She left freely with me. You tricked us, you treacherous bird. You do not deserve such a beautiful human wife. They exchanged more angry words. Suddenly, gusting winds began to blow with each flap of Kallikuk's wings, and waves rocked the boat. He caused a very frightful storm. The little boat was thrown around the waves like a rag. In an effort to save his own life, Atata decided to offer Arnak to the Fulmars. He thrust her overboard. Arnak seized the side of the boat. Crazed with terror, Atata yelled at her to let go, but she still held on. He took out a long knife and cut off the first joint of her fingers. Her fingertip fell into the water, turning instantly into whales. Her fingernails became whale bones. Still she held on with all her might. Arnak disappeared beneath the surface. The flock of Fulmars shouted in victory and turned away, assuming that Arnak had drowned. The storm subsided. Atata, who was utterly ashamed, floated away in his little boat. As she sank deeper into the sea mammals swam protectively around her, following her small body as it was pulled slowly to the bottom. From that dreadful day onward, the sea changed on her. She became the spirit of the sea, and is now known as Nullaguk. It has been said that her home at the bottom of the sea is built of large stones and whale bones. Sea mammals obey her because they were once a part of her. When humans disrespect the land or the sea, Nullaguk becomes displeased. She calls the sea mammals back to her home, keeping them out of reach of human hunters, and causes great storms. Since that day, the only way for humans to appease the fearsome Nullaguk is to send a shaman down into her lair to soothe her. Only then will the waters begin calm and the sea mammals return to their hunting grounds. Nullaguk has taken away their ability to speak so that they may never deceive another innocent soul. To this day, you can hear them wailing in regret.